So nostalgia is a strange thing. It's this weird experience that is generated from weird experiences. It doesn't have to be a good thing. Everybody talks about nostalgia as this sort of positive experiences, this memories of good old days, of good old times. But that's not. It can be that, but that's not all it is. It can be bad memories, and it can be these weird, intense memories. And the thing that demonstrated that for me was pinball. When I was a kid, I was always fascinated by pinball machines. I always wanted to play them. It was the moment I saw there was one in any context where I could get some money and actually play the machine. I tried to play it, and I'm not quite sure why, because I don't think I really enjoyed the experience. I think it was because I wanted to get good at them, and I never was. I never had the right kind of reactions, the right kind of fine motor controls that I saw other people have in these games, where they could just flick the ball in the place where they wanted, and they could just react very, very quickly. I couldn't do that. That wasn't my set. I was not that fast. I was not that fine-tuned, accurate, and that made me sad. Um, and I remember playing these games, and I remember being so into them, but not really enjoying them. And then when I see pinball again, the nostalgia rolls in, but it's not a happy feeling. It's not a positive feeling. But I still had to cover this game because it's really, really well made. It looks really good. Um, and I think there are people out there who are good at pinball, who like it, who really want to play this. I think it's a good game. The link is in the description, of course, as usual. So yeah, if you're into pinball, come give this one a look, because wow, it's good. It's called Cult of PiN. I'm not sure why this image is cut off. It's just the way they've laid it out, I guess. And we'll jump in. We'll play a little bit of gameplay and have a look at the way it flows. And yeah, I do recommend coming to have a look at it. I don't know if I'm going to give too much critique to it. It's quite well polished. So let's run the game. It's Unity, obviously. It says it's starting a new game. We have a fair bit of tutorial in the beginning, with this dramatic music in the background. So, welcome to Cult of PiN. All bumpers take damage each time they are hit by a pinball. Destroy all the red bumpers on the table to progress to the next act. So the bumpers are the normal little things that you hit to get score around the middle of the table somewhere. And you have to hit them all and destroy them all, and then the game progresses a bit, and the table changes a bit, and you are in, as it says, the next act. So I think that is control or left click to operate the left flipper, and I guess it's the right control or the right click for the right. It's not giving us access to that yet. So I just want to see that, yeah, so it's left control and right control, or the mouse buttons. Oh. So there we have it. The bumper hit points go up every stage. You can increase your damage by completing table missions. This bumper mission will increase your damage. You can see your current damage in the top left of the screen. So we've got numbers over there. 10 times 100. So I'd say by damage, I suppose it means kind of the score multiplier that you see in old pinball games. Oh. Stage complete. Rituals. Missions and ram shots each have a symbol next to them. Triggering these in specific order activates a ritual. Missions and ram shots. Alright, so that's a ram shot over there. Hit this ram shot to trigger the Tempest ritual. The missions needed to activate a ritual can be found in the top left of the screen. So I guess those buttons over there. Quick tip, hold control or right mouse to stop the ball before taking your shot. This is called cradling. But this ball actually has a lot of momentum behind it, so cradling is quite difficult. And I've just seen press T to reset, so if you ever have to reset the mission. So, in the top left we see the ramp. It has the arrow. if we took a look at the top left, there's the mission, and it's got a blue dot. I'm not sure what the blue dot is. But yeah, we have the arrow there, so I guess that would trigger the mission. We try and now flick it up, but I suck at this, so there we go. I hit it luckily. So Tempest, aerial assault. That seems to be sort of a mass damage that just hit all the bumpers and won for us. So we get 3 balls per table, and we save them from the drain at the bottom of the table. I'm guessing that's the old pinball terminology. So a space ball is a nudge, and as the ball is rolling down, if you nudge at this point, you can kind of bounce the ball up and back into play. So hold it up and then hit nudge, and it flicks up there, and we have the ball back into play. This is an interesting technique. I didn't know anything about that back in the day. I think nudging wasn't really that big a thing in the tables that I played. They were quite solid, and that you couldn't really nudge them, and you never really got the notorious tilt warning where you'd nudged too much and all of that kind of stuff. Pinball. I don't know. It was an experience. Glyphs. Another way to increase your damage is to purchase glyphs from the shop. The shop reopens after each act, so you have a shop thing over there, which I found quite hard to get into. Glyphs cost mana and provide a variety of bonuses. You earn mana after each act. I don't know how. I think it's our mana score down there. When it's open, you can access the shop by landing a ball in the shop slot. It's kind of the opposite of the ramp. Try it now. Press T to try again if you miss. So I need to get up there. There we go. So I flicked it up. I am not good at this game. So here we have the shop. Welcome to the glyph shop. Here you can trade mana for glyphs or an extra ball. The game is paused while you're in the shop, so take your time, have a look around, and click close when you're done. So yeah, so we have mana. We seem to have 3 mana. I'm not sure how that represents to this. Was that our mana there? 40? Oh yeah, okay, so that's our mana on the top right. Never mind, I'm an idiot. 40 mana there. 3 mana is to reload the shop. And you have 4 glyphs that you can buy or a new ball. So we have a punch up glyph. Minus 75 damage. I'm not sure what that means. Was that plus 75 damage? I guess that's a plus. So for 5 glyph we'll boost 75 damage. Mathematics plus 15 damage multiplier. So plus 15 damage multiplier. Or is that just a straight you have done an extra 75 damage? I guess. Not sure. Tip jar plus 4 mana at the end of each act. So we can probably should buy that early so that the next time we go to the shop we have a lot more buying power. And we have ×2 all damage, and we can buy an extra ball. Do we see the number of balls that we have anywhere? 7 I think might be our ball count. So let's buy ×2 all damage, and let's buy the tip jar. And why not buy an extra ball while we're here? Yeah, so it goes up to 8. That's our ball count there. So we close this and we're back into play. And that is the end of the tutorial, except that we're given a few more tutorial bits as we go along. So it's not quite the end of the tutorial, but it is everything we need to know to get started. Now let's try on a real table. So beat Act 6 to complete this table. Blockers are immune to Act 2. I think these are the blockers, 1, 2, and 3. It prevents us from losing a ball. So that's kind of the training wheels, the easy mode, which I greatly appreciate. So our ball's over there on the right. We have these tentacles that we can hit. If we look at the rituals up at the top here. Do we see the arrow? Those things, which is that bumper on the top right there. I don't know. This is very, very intense, a very exciting prospect, but also quite stressful. All right, so hold down the nudge button, which is spacebar, to get the ball going. I guess not. Oh, okay, we can tilt the table. Oh, that was the down arrow that I pressed to get that going. I'm pretty sure it was the nudge button last time. Alright, so now we are cradling successfully. We've got tentacles, we've got the 2 dots over there. I'm just looking up at the ritual items at the top left to try and see where the targets are. I can see where the 2 dots are, but I can't see where the 2 dots with the line between them is. I don't know where that is. There's the shot, we have the ramp. Oh, let's try and flick up to the ramp, and that wasn't the ramp. I cannot get that angle right to do the ramp. Oh, I've hit some bumpers. There we go, with the ramp. Oh. I seem to have hit the 2 dots thing, so I need to try and get the ramp 3 times in a row now. And where are those 2 arrow things? That was graceful, but pointless. Apparently I am terrible at getting on the ramp. That is my goal at the moment. Whoop. The shop appears to have closed. I do not have the reactions for this game. I've gotten that tentacle, where whatever that was about. And we've gotten all the bumpers, and now we have this boss fight, and it pops up some more tutorial. Once all bumpers are cleared, the boss bumper will appear. These special bumpers are protected by a wall of tentacles. Hit the tentacles to remove them, exposing the bumper underneath. Destroy it to progress to the next act. So there we have the boss in the middle. He's protected by these tentacles. We have to smack the tentacles, but I'm trying to get these rituals going. So also, I don't appear to have the glyphs that I bought. I don't know if they are still in action. I don't know. Oh, I finally hit the ramp. I have taken one step towards one of the rituals, or whatever they're called. Probably a good thing those little side bumpers are there, otherwise I would have struggled. Alright. 2 things down for now. Oh, and we hit the bumper. And we are now up to Act 2. And at the end of each act you can choose a blessing. Blessings offer powerful upgrades that can help you beat the tables. We're okay. You can see any currently active blessings on the right of the UI. Alright, so we have one of these blessings, double the mana reward for completing an act. Table multiplier doesn't reset when a ball is lost, and duplicate glyphs can now appear in the shop. Let's double our rewards. Right, so that is the game. I'm just going to make the screen bigger here, since I've clicked out of it and so I lost my cradle. You see, there's too much momentum to cradle the ball there. This is difficult. Alright. So yeah, so I am ending the game there. But I'm just looking for UI buttons and things like that to give the critique. Okay, so there's the escape button. Of course, escape is not ideal for itch.io. because it takes you out of the full screen thing like that. I just want to see what the settings are like. Audio has master music and sound effects. Controls, graphics has screen shake and camera follow. How to play. The goal of each round is to beat Act 6 without losing all of your balls. Destroy all the red bumpers to move to the next act. Okay, so we've got a little bit of tutorial of this. Tutorialization there. There's some control settings. Alright, perfect settings. Very, very good. There's restart. There's a leaderboard. Once you've finished all of the missions, you can then play a table on, you know, for the leaderboard score. So this seems to be an online score, I guess. I don't know if that's stored online or it's just your kind of leaderboard. Interesting question. And run overview. Alright, so this shows us where we are in the scores. Right, so anyway, that is all the gameplay. If you if you just wanted to see the gameplay and you're now heading off, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because that boosts the algorithm for me and for you, and that's a good thing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you are here for the critique, well, I'm not going to give too much to it. This isn't really my gaming arena. I am not particularly good at pinball, and I wouldn't dare to try and critique the gameplay that much. I will leave that to regular players of pinball to do. I will say that the UI is quite excellent. The game vibe, the game feeling is quite excellent. I feel a lot like I did when I played pinball back in the day. So I'm assuming this makes it a good game with very realistic feeling to it. Actually, the pedals felt a little bit better than the real pedals. I found them more responsive and more kind of chunky and pleasant feeling. The ball did feel heavier and slipperier than I remember a real ball feeling. Like I said, it was very difficult to cradle it because the ball just rolled over the end of the pedal even though the pedal was up. So yeah, the art is very interesting, possibly a little bit drab, I don't know. I mean, it's colourful and lots of things were happening, but it wasn't the vibrancy of a well-lit pinball table that I remember from my youth. Or maybe I'm just remembering it the wrong way. Anyway, it could be a little bit brighter, but I suppose it is supposed to be like Cthulhu-esque themed. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I will, as I said, leave the link in the description. Can we give this a game? Can we give this a play? Let me know in the comments what you think about pinball and my experiences here. Was I as awful as I themed? As I felt? I think I was. It seems so. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.